One of the girls at our table said they would never let drugs take over their life after laughing at a homeless lady outside and hearing my struggle with addiction, so I told her that I'd never let food take over mine and weigh over 200 pounds like she was. I know how it sounds, but hear me out. I, 25F, was at a dinner out with a group of 6 girls all around my age. I grew up with and am really close with 3 of the girls. I didn't know the other 2 very well, but they were close with my close friends. They all went to college together. We were eating at a nice restaurant downtown in the city. Our table was up against a window and a homeless woman approached the window and was obviously on something or mentally ill. She waved at us and was saying something we couldn't hear over the noise inside. Everyone just looked at each other, giggled, and ignored her. It was pretty chilly out and she looked cold. I got up and met her outside and handed her a couple of bucks and wished her well. When I got back to the table, one of the girls I didn't know that well, I'll call her Emily, said, "Who just lets drugs take over their life? I would just never let myself get like that." I was fuming. I paused and looked at her. For some backstory, Emily is the heaviest girl in the group. We are all different body types. I am not skinny, she is plus-sized. Also, I am a recovering drug addict. My brother was also an addict and experienced homelessness at some point. He passed away of an OD when I was 17. My family is full of addicts. I continued down that path, and addiction had me in its grips. My friends at the table went to college, I went to rehab and got sober. I said, yeah, exactly, I would never let myself get over 200 pounds, just put the fork down, am I right? Everyone was silent. You could cut the tension with a knife. Emily looked at me clearly upset and explained how she had a thyroid issue and chronic fatigue syndrome, and for some people it's really hard to lose weight. I said, well, maybe that woman has an issue that we don't know about. And I left some cash for my food and left. My friends I'm close to texted and said I was out of line and that Emily is super self-conscious. I feel bad for going low and hitting where it hurts, but I just wanted them to get some perspective. I don't think I owe Emily an apology before she apologizes. Am I a jerk here? Commenter 1. Your entire group sucked the moment you all laughed at an unhoused woman. Emily's comments were uncalled for, but yours were equally as bad if not worse because you did it solely despite her. Commenter 2. I totally get it. But you could have nicely corrected her by saying, well, we don't know what people are going through. Having empathy goes a long way rather than stooping just as low as her. Going after her body was pretty low. I understand that you were personally triggered. However, that does not give you a right to go after someone's looks. Update. Y'all are torn. Thank you some for the honesty and some for the kind words. Update. I asked Emily for a coffee this morning to apologize. We met and I started off with saying I was sorry for making it personal and making a comment about her appearance, and I would be really hurt if someone did that to me. Then went in to explain how her comment about addiction being a choice is really uneducated and offensive. She said, thanks for apologizing, but my dad is an alcoholic and he chose alcohol over my mom and I. I would just never do that. I tried to explain to her that her dad got to a point where he didn't have a choice anymore, he had a disease. And he probably felt shame every day for it. And I'm sorry that you didn't get what you needed as a kid or now. He probably didn't either, and that's why he found a way to cope, just like I did. She said she understands now and why she copes with food sometimes. I gave her props because food addiction can be so challenging because you can't just stop eating, unlike drugs where you don't even have to be around them. We thanked each other. We shared more stories. We will remain friends and try to connect more. Thanks, folks. Commenter 1. Everyone in this story needs a lesson in empathy. Commenter 2. Apologizing and then immediately pivoting to invalidating is wild.